production to the commercializations, the topic that deals with the networking, that topics deals with how the fisheries will be the sustainable in the coming days by taking into account the end-to-end testing. Means somehow you have to stick on the productions, somehow you have to stick on the commercializations, and on that part this sector is almost 98% are unorganized. How, whether it is the sustainable one, whether it will be the feasible one, on that context we have a very eminent speaker, Dr. George Ninan, from the principal scientist CIFT Kochi. In these few lines, I welcome Dr. R.S. Pundit sir, PI Nahepcast, to highlight about the project and other details. After that, I will give the formal welcome to Dr. Jajinan. Well, over to Sir R.S. Pundit sir.
Thank you, Dr. Shakti. Thank you very much. It's very nice. First of all, in this lecture series on fisheries market intelligence and environmental sustainability, as one very, very important part of this project of NHP cast projects on agriculture market intelligence, I welcome our speaker, Dr. George Ninan. It's a very good and very interesting, sir, your profile we are going through and even discussing with Dr. Shakti. We are very fortunate to have you today as our speaker in this lecture. I welcome you to this lecture series. First thing is this. And also I welcome Dr. Shakti Ranjan, who is also co-PI of this project, and Dr. Y. Lard, who are not only core co-PI but also HR person and overall in charge of this capacity building programs in our projects. Just a brief about these projects, particularly for Dr. George Ninan Saab, because most of us know about these things, and for the participants. Apart from this, also I welcome all the participants who have joined and who are likely to join. This project has completed some more than 1.5 years, and it is under NHP cast component. And this is the only project at national level on this theme of agriculture market intelligence. And there are two basic, you can say, the parts of this project. One is a research component, and second one is capacity building. Research component like maybe price forecast, demand supply, and global intelligence, export, imports, marketing, and farm resource organizations, which includes all crops as well as allied sector activities like dairy, food processing, fisheries, and poultry. Fisheries is very, very important. It is sun-rising subsector of our economy, sir, you know very well. But still its potential has not been tapped. And now the focus is, apart from research, towards entrepreneurship in fisheries. This is very, very important. And the keynote speakers, apart from our DDG in many earlier programs, he has focused on this. That's though the focus on the cast component is higher education, like MSc, PhD students focus whether research or maybe they are teaching and faculties. But we have to pay serious attention on entrepreneurship kind of things in teaching as well as in our research programs also. So fishery is very, very important segment, and Dr. Shakti Ranjan Panigrai, our faculty member, he is core co-PI this group. This whole project has been divided at our end in 7 groups, and 1 group is on fisheries, sir. So we are here, sir, to listen you today and to understand many things from that. Though there are many things we can discuss, we already have conducted large number of capacity building programs, including in fisheries also and research also. And apart from this, the activities are on infrastructure and other things, kind of things. But I think we are more concerned now today that how we can improve the quality of teaching and research in higher education, in our universities, apart from very, very important segment which needs to be addressed on entrepreneurship. And this today's topic, fisheries business incubation for sustainable production to marketing. This gives a holistic picture from production to marketing. This is very, very important for us. And sir, we would request you, Joseph, that if you could highlight at the end of this your lecture, as your profile says that you are a very renowned person in this area, in spite of when we were discussing that you also have been awarded this very, very important, prestigious award to you. And that if you could highlight some areas of researchable issues in fisheries sector, which the students, maybe the PG scholars, the faculty members can address in their projects. And this is how we can improve the quality of research. Maybe at the end of these things, or maybe some of our audience may ask these questions, because the purpose of this caste component is to improve the research and teaching qualities for research, because you are here, you are a renowned person in this area. And we expect few things. If you could share these things, maybe later on we will be discussing with you these things, even not only today, but thereafter we'll be discussing, so that some of the students can take up these projects at PG level as their research project, maybe the thesis work. And the same thing we also teach in the classes. These are few things, additional things. And sir, we are very fortunate once again to have you. I once again welcome you here. Over to you, Dr. Shakti, please.
Thank you, sir. Rightly said that this is the era of entrepreneurship, and particularly in the fishery sectors in the 21st century. Now we are completely focused on the fisheries, because the livelihood is completely integrated with the sectors and the farmers itself. And we have large water base. But so if we focus on the fishery sector, definitely a day will come, we have the numbers of entrepreneurs and there is a clear-cut opportunities. But another part, the unorganized sectors, how whether it will be successful one or whether it is sustainable one, it is a matter of discussions. With this few words, I welcome, it's a time to welcome our chief guest, Dr. George Ninan, sir. I feel extremely honored to introduce him before you. Dr. George Ninan is a principal scientist at Fish Processing Division in ICR, CIFT, Central Institute of Fishery Technology, Kochi, Kerala. He is also a member, interdepartmental panel, Government of India, for approval of fish processing export units, and executive member of Society of Fisheries Technologies. Dr. Ninan has done PhD in industrial fisheries from CUSAT and has rich experience of 24 years as a scientist. He has carried out various research studies on the post-harvest handling and processing of commercially important marine and freshwater fisheries resources, and has also developed high-value products from fishery wastages. He has been associated with a range of impactful research projects of ICR as well as FAO on fishery waste management and utilization. During his academic career, he has backed several awards, likely Jawaharlal Nehru Award 2010 for outstanding doctoral thesis research in agriculture and allied sciences from the ICR New Delhi, and A.V. Jones Young Scientist Award 2011 instituted by Mars Thomas, Syrian Christian Church of Malabar. He has several publications to his credit in the form of research papers, books, conferences in the reputed national and international journals. With this, I extend my invite to Dr. George Ninan, sir, for his keynote address on fisheries business incubation for sustainable production to marketing. Over to you, sir. This now the podium is up to you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Shakti Ranjan. Good morning to you all and a happy new year to you all. Dr. R.S. Punde, Dr. Shakti Ranjan, esteemed other colleagues and listeners, students, and all my friends. Very good morning to you once again. So as Dr. Pundir and Dr. Shakti Ranjan has pointed out, that fisheries is a very important sector in our national economy. It is being presented as one of the sunrise sectors in India, in the Indian industry sector, agriculture sector. So in this session, I'll briefly present you the post-harvest technology initiatives in this sector, fisheries sector, and the entrepreneurship initiatives, and also our experiences, because we are running an agri-business incubation center in this sector for the past 10 years. Starting from 2010, we have a business incubation program here running here, and fully established business incubation center in fisheries, especially in the domain of post-harvest technology. So in this session, I would like to share our experiences and also the mode of how we are hand-holding a startup, what we do for our this thing. And this will be covered in our session. And also a brief about the technologies. As such, some of you may not be aware of this particular domain of fisheries and post-harvest sector. So I will give a brief introduction about the importance of this sector, the importance of fish in nutrition program of the country, and the post-harvest and harvest technologies which are commercially viable for the sector, and also the entrepreneurship development programs which we carry out in our institute for the startups as well as for the entrepreneurs. And as Dr. Kundir has rightly pointed out, what are the researchable issues in this sector? That also I will give a brief discussion. Of course, that will not be covered in my presentation, but at the end of my presentation, I will present before you some of the issues or some of the researchable issues which as a student or some students you can take up under this program. So with this brief words, let me come to my presentation. I will start sharing my presentation. Uh, just a minute, I will share my presentation. And please, if you are not able to see my presentation, you can interrupt me and tell me, okay, just let me share my presentation. I hope I am audible to everybody.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Let me share my presentation, 1 minute. Is this visible for you?
Not yet, sir. Now it is visible, sir.
1 minute.
It's visible, sir.
This is visible now?
It's perfect now, sir.
Okay. So let me start with my presentation. So actually, I have given a topic like business incubation initiatives in fisheries post-harvest sector in India for sustainable production. Of course, I'll have this contents in my presentation on a brief introduction. I told you the role of fish in nutrition, harvest technologies, post-harvest technologies, and also a brief about the fish waste to secondary raw material. That's also a very important point which we will discuss later. Entrepreneurship development in fisheries through agribusiness incubation and Indian experience. That also I'll share with you. And finally, we will have a discussion on the researchable issues in this context. Okay. I hope I am audible and clear to you. Let me start my presentation. Okay.
Yes, sir, you carry on, sir. No issue.
So if you take fish as such, why it is so important as a food commodity? You can see that over the last 2 decades, there was an increase of over 42% in the global production of fish from capture and aquaculture production. So it is reaching to 179 million tons in 2018. And aquaculture alone contributed 95% to this increase. So now the per capita, if you see the per capita availability of fish all over the world, as per the FAO stat and other things, it is around 20 kg. But if you take the case of India, there are different data is available. But on the whole average, we only have a per capita consumption of around 5 to 8 kg per year. So when you compare with the international average or the global average, we are way behind in fish consumption. And there is also an issue of fish discards also. Whenever you catch the fish, that issue of discards also happen because 50% of what you catch is not utilized in proper condition. Either they are juveniles, either they are discards, either losses, or it is lost during post-harvest processing operations also. So there is an issue of discards. And also we operate a lot of, the fishing industry as such, it's a highly commercialized operation. We have a lot of commercial mechanized vessels, mechanized fishing fleet operations. And the countries in South Asia, which along our country also belongs to, contribute about 10% in the global production, and but only 3.7% of the total trade in fish and fishery products. We contribute 10% of the global production. Then, if you see the South Asian countries, average protein from fish availability is around 42 grams Maldives, which is one of the highest. So, whereas in Afghanistan is very low. The reason is obvious. It is a landlocked country with very few fishery resources. And global average is around 5 grams per capita per day. That is regarding fish, the importance of fish as in a global context. There's some of the graphs showing the seafood consumption data. You can see it is especially for the South Asian countries. Again, the Maldives tops there. India's rank is way behind, some third, fourth, fifth. The reasons are many, you know. In India, most of the places, fish consumption is limited to mostly to the coastal states. and also to some other places. But most of the interior parts of India, northern India, there people doesn't consume fish that much, and we are more inclined towards consumption of vegetarian diet. So fish consumption per se in India is very low. And if you take the case of role of fish in nutrition, so it contributes almost 20% of the protein intake of the world's population. If you take fish alone, but the fish means it includes crustaceans, mollusks, and everything. So the importance of fish in human diet and its beneficial effects have been proven in terms of food security as well as for combating further nutrition and micronutrient deficiencies. It is supposed to be a highly nutritious diet as such fish is concerned. So from the commercial point of view, when you promote fish as a commodity, as a food commodity, your angle should be to promote it as a healthy diet. It's a healthy protein. It is a source of healthy protein, fat, and everything. We'll come to that later. And how we consume our fish, we mostly consume it in live, fresh or chill condition. That is almost 45% is consumed as such. We take the case of India, 77% of the fish consumption is in domestic and it is consumed as fresh. But in the international scenario, it is almost 45%, followed by frozen products. 31% of the total fish production accounts for the frozen products. And these frozen commodities mainly constitute for our export commodity, export of fish and fish products. And also in the prepared and preserved form, cured form, these are different types of consumption of fish and the different methods of preserving the fish also. And you can see post-harvest loss also is a major concern in fish processing operation. 27% of the landed fish is lost or wasted between landing and consumption. So it is a very, very important area of concern as far as post-harvest loss is concerned, because we are losing almost 27% of good quality protein and other resources during the process of landing and consumption. So if you take the discards also, it is almost 35%. 35% of the global catches are lost. If you take 100 kg catch, 35% is lost. And as far as the importance of fish is concerned, it contains macro and micronutrients, which are very vital for human health. Like calcium, it contains, it's a very good source of calcium. It's a dietary source of zinc and magnesium. These are all very important points as far as when you promote fish as a healthy food. Then iron, cobalt, chromium, selenium, and you must have heard about the importance of omega-3 fatty acids. Nowadays, a lot of products are there in the market claiming that it contains omega-3 fatty acids, EPA, DHA, and so on and so on. But marine fish and such its species, it's a very good source of this omega-3 fatty acids like DHA and EPA. And this contributes significantly to the functions of vital organs like heart, brain, and immune system. And it has a role in ameliorating many diseases. And it has been scientifically proven also the role of EPA and DHA in ameliorating many diseases as well as improving the functions of your vital organs also. So there have been many references for the development of feed from fish using feed, fish silage, fertilizer, biofuels, food packaging, human food. So a lot of studies have been carried out, but its use in food and nutraceutical is still challenging because of safety, stability, and bioavailability issues. But still, nowadays we get a lot of products, nutraceutical products from fish, health-based products. The products, I will come to that later. So protein-rich, oil-rich, and micronutrient-dense fish species. In India, in our country, we have a lot of such indigenous small species. Now, one of our area of concern is alleviating the malnutrition, because in our country, we have a lot of malnutrition programs sponsored by government as well as by private agencies. So we are advocating the introduction of fish as a source of all these nutrients in this noonday, midday meal program, and also this poverty alleviation and nutrition programs, because it is a very rich source of protein and as well as good quality fat and other things. So some of the species like indigenous species like anabas, these are all scientific names. And Tenulosa hilisha, that is your famous hilsa fish. So all these species could provide wholesome nutrition to the consumers. So fish is a healthy food when compared to all sorts of other sources of animal protein. Fish is significantly good in terms of health benefits to the human population. So coming to our institute, just one slide about our institute, one brief slide about our institute. Our institute is ICR Central Institute of Fisheries Technology, founded in 1957. Our domain is post-harvest technology of fisheries. ICR, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, as you know, is the largest national agriculture research system in the world. And it has about 110 institutes under its code. It has 8 ICR fisheries institutes, in which ICR CFT is the only institute which has a mandate of doing research in post-harvest technology of fish. So last 60 years, we have made commendable scientific contributions in the field of fish harvesting, processing, packaging, product development, quality assurance, fishery byproducts, and fish waste utilization. We are an ISO certified organization and one of the first institutes among ICR to get the enable accreditation. We have almost 300 parameters under the scope of enable accreditation. We have 7 labs, and we are also one of the only one national reference lab and national referral lab for fish and fish products accredited by FSSAI. Then now I want to tell you a brief some of the harvest technologies, because when you come to entrepreneurship, the first thing is that whether the entrepreneur will have a technology, a commercially viable technology. So this in the coming slides, I want to present you some of the, in brief, some of the commercially viable technologies which we advocate to the entrepreneurs. Then we will come to the process of entrepreneurship. So I told you we have different sections in our institute. One of our major division is fishing technology division. Then we have fish processing division, biochemistry division, quality assurance division, microbiology division, and extension division. And also we have an engineering division. Among these divisions, we have different business scientists, and we have over the years, we have developed and we have optimized a lot of technologies. And some of the technologies are for the harvest sector. So we can see some of those harvest technologies for the small scale fisheries. What is the responsible trawl systems? As you know, in marine sector, the major part of the catch is handled by trawlers. The fishing boats are called the trawlers, the major fishing boats. So we have developed a lot of responsible trawling systems and also gear designs. And these are some of the trawling systems we develop for the small scale sector of bottom trawl system. I'm not going into technical detail because most of the people, most of the audience may not have a background in fisheries. But just to brief you, some of the systems developed by us for the small scale fisheries in India, of bottom trawl system. Then bycatch reduction devices. As you know, in the previous slide, I mentioned about 37% of the catch is being lost in fish harvesting and processing operation. And most of these cases, when you go out at sea, especially for the trawlers, they are not targeted fishing. They'll be landing a bulk of the catch, which consists of desirable and undesirable species from the commercial point of view. So a lot of bulk is wasted as such. A lot of biomass is wasted because the fishermen only will take whatever commercially viable for them. What will fetch the money, that only they will sort it out. The rest is being discarded out in sea. So we have developed some devices. They are called bycatch reduction devices, which can be attached to the gear system. Gear system means the trawl net, which is in operation. So this bycatch reduction devices can reduce the incidence of bycatch. For example, there's a case of turtles. You know, turtles, they are all sea animals. The turtles, they can get entangled in the net during the harvesting operation. And turtle is an endangered species. So once they get entangled in the net, there is every likelihood that this species will be killed. So we have developed BRD, bycatch reduction, juvenile fish excluder from swim sorting device, and turtle excluder device also has been developed, that will come later. So which can exclude the turtle once, even if the turtles get caught in the net, it can escape from the net without damaging to the other species. The turtle can escape the net. They're called the escapement devices. So we have devised such a system that we can retain the catch, but we can avoid the unwanted or undesirable species. And also we can eliminate the risk of killing the species also. So this is in a nutshell what is called the bycatch reduction devices. We have developed a lot of BRDs, and now most of the state governments, and they are making it mandatory to install these BRDs in their net as per the CIP design. So in order to avoid unwanted loss during harvesting operation. So the one of such type of, I told you, one is TED, that is excluder device. Another one is a juvenile fish excluder cum shrimp sorting device. These are all bycatch reduction devices. Then one is regarding the net, another is regarding the vessels, that fishing vessels, energy efficient fishing vessels, because fishing out at sea is supposed to be one of the most energy intensive operation. When a trawler goes out at sea, it consumes a lot of energy and a lot of fuel is being consumed for this operation. So it will produce a lot of carbon dioxide, and this is badly affecting our environment, and it has the implication of releasing these greenhouse gases also. So considering these points, we have developed energy efficient fishing vessel designs, and we have designed and developed new vessels, energy efficient fishing vessels, which will consume significantly less quantity of fuel, and they are supposed to be in the green vessel category. These are some of the vessels we developed for the four small scale fisheries. Sagar Kripa, Sagar Haida, these are all termed as green fishing vessel with energy saving features. And solar powered fishing boat, of course, you know the importance of solar energy. So we have introduced that concept of solar energy in also in the fishing operations. We have done small type of fishing boats. Of course, solar powered boats are not now being used for high energy intensive operation like prawning. But of course, for the small scale sector, for the inland waters and reservoirs, we have developed a lot of designs for solar powered boat designs also. And also, see, unconventional wood for fishing vessel, because fishing vessels, small boats, still they are using wood for construction of this boat. And now wood is getting scarce, and it is a loss of our natural resource. So we have developed a fishing vessel out of unconventional wood like rubber wood, coconut wood, which are plenty available. And this type of wood can be used for the construction of small type of boats, coconut using coconut wood and rubber wood. Then these are some of the technologies in the harvest sector. I hope I am audible and clear, and you can all see the slides. Okay.
Yes, sir. It is perfect answer.
Okay. Because sometimes it will get in between connection is being lost, so I'm just apprehensive about that. Okay, sorry.
Okay, sir.
Then coming to the post-harvest technologies, you can see post-harvest technologies, we do develop a lot of products out of fish. It's called the value-added fish products. So you can see one of the most important categories are caught fish products, battered and breaded products. So these are all commercially viable technologies. You can see we have done a lot of studies in this aspect. We have business plan developed for this sort of production of these products, and we are providing it to the entrepreneurs also. That aspect I will come to later. This is just to introduce you these type of products. These cotton products are called also battered and breaded products. It is essentially made from the mince of the fish. When you catch the fish, you have to cut it, clean it, and take the mince out of it. So it is a skinless and boneless. Out of this mince, you develop this sort of product. And this is an important item of value addition. We have a lot of examples of fish, these cotton products like fish cutlets, fish balls, fish fingers. And a lot of people do a business out of this product also. Then fish sausage. You may be familiar with the other sausages. You have a lot of meat-based sausages like pork sausage and other sausages. But fish sausage is being slowly introduced in the country because it was not available commercially till now. But nowadays, a lot of people are coming forward to take up this technology for the production of fish sausages. And I told you in the beginning itself, because we promote fish as a healthy diet. So the fish mince as such, when you compare it to the any other source of meat, animal sources, it is definitely a healthy proposition. So all these products like fish sausages, cotton products, we promote it as a health food actually. So that is the way people are promoting the fish products. Then fish pickles, prawn and fish pickles. These are all very, see, pickle is being made all over India from different products. Like you have vegetable pickles, you have meat pickles, you have everything, every sort of pickle, even fish pickle. Traditionally, a lot of people are making this fish pickle and prawn pickle. But here, through our incubation center, we have commercialized this technology and made it into a viable business proposition. That is why we make it because rather than considering this particular process of making fish and prawn pickle to a like a home business, like homestead business, we have made it into a small industry wherein people can commercially manufacture and make a profit out of this technology. And we provide them the technology for hygienically preparing this sort of fish pickle, including a complete package of technology we provide them. Then fish wafers, fish crackers, these are all commercially important items. So there are a lot of entrepreneurs who are ready to take this technology and who are already doing this sort of technology also, dried, ready to fry fish servers. These are all made from the fish mince, basically. Fish paste. Actually, fish paste is just a product made from deboned fish, mixing with condiment, salt, and oil. The fish has shown as a common fish. It is called Nemeteris. It is a sort of, it's a very important commercially available marine fish. It is available all over India in the Indian coast. So a very good quality fish paste can be made out of this particular fish. Fish protein powder. That's another product. Again from the fish mince only we prepare the fish protein powder. So it has two type of variants like whole fish protein powder and hydrolyzed fish protein powder. So these are all commercially viable technologies. Then another important category is the ready-to-serve fish products. Ready-to-serve products in without pouches. Now there is a big segment in the market, in the food market, that ready-to-serve items, ready-to-RTE items. You can see if you go to a supermarket, you can find a lot of products in ready-to-eat form. You name any product, any food preparation, your rajma, your everything. Your rajma comes, your other some chana preparations, everything comes in RTE pouches, which is very convenient for the consumer. You take it, just warm it, cut it, and it is ready for use. So we have also developed ready-to-eat fish products, and this is one of the most sought-after item in the as far the entrepreneur is concerned. A lot of people are coming to take this technology of preparing fish curry and other products in ready-to-eat form in retort pouches. We do have a very good semi-commercial line for production of this retort pouch fish ready-to-eat fish curry and other things. Then fish processing discards. As I mentioned before, we get a lot of fish processing waste. So what are the options for using this fish processing waste? Nowadays, nobody tells us a fish processing discard. We term it as secondary raw material because it is an important source of many other useful ingredients. So whatever comes from the fish processing, as a thumb rule, if you process fish, 50% is wasted. You want to prepare a fish paste out of whole fish. If 1 kg fish you are utilizing, you get only around 200 or 300 maximum. 30% can be extracted from that. The rest is going as a waste, but we don't term it as waste now. This is a secondary raw material, and we can make a lot of products out of that. So one of the simple product is ensilation. Using the process of ensilation using formic acid, we can convert it in a form of digestible protein called the ensilage. It's a protein source, and this ensilage is being made use for the preparation of so many other products like ensilage-based feed is there, ensilage-based fertilizer is there. So a lot of products can be made from this particular ensilage, which is made out of fish processing discards. Then you see again fish folia spray from fish processing discards. The folia spray, so many entrepreneurs have taken up this technology. Folia spray for different applications, for crops, agriculture crops, and also for plantation crops like your cardamom and other things. These are found to be very effective. This folia spray made of ensilage and other fish processing discard based folia spray formulations. Folia spray from fish processing discards, we have a lot of entrepreneurs going for this particular technology. I'm not going into detail about the technology because our context is different, but I'm giving an introduction to all these products. Now you can see extruded snack products. This is one of the most important segment in the present day, because everybody is familiar with your kurkure and other type of snack products. It is nothing but carbohydrate, because if you take a 20-gram kurkure packet, it is nothing but starch. It is carbohydrate. So we have made an extruded snack product with fish protein in it, so that it is having a significantly better nutrition than your conventional extruded product. So this is called a fish incorporated extruded snack products. And we have the extrusion lines, and people are doing this extruded snack products, and people have taken this as a commercial venture, production of fish-based extruded snack products. Then livestock and aqua feed from fish processing discard. Again, we have a program running here under Honorable Prime Minister Swachhata Action Plan. We are having a program. We are having a program to convert the fish processing discard. We are mainly concentrating on the market waste. If you go to the fish market, a lot of fish waste is being generated at the fish market. So we are having a program to convert this fish processing and marketing waste into this sort of livestock and aqua feed. We have a machinery developed for that thing also. We are running some pilot scale programs in different locations in the country. And after this pilot scale trials, this will be ready for commercialization also. So the fish processing waste, which is generated in the market and other processing operations, can be a very good source for livestock and aqua feed also. Then comes to the engineering part. I told you we have an engineering division here, which they design processing machineries and equipment for this sector. So one of their most important contributions is the dryers, fish dryers. You know, curing and drying of fish is an age-old operation. In fact, one of the most ancient fish preservation technique is curing and drying. People started simply drying the fish, sun-drying the fish, salting the fish, and sun-drying the fish. But if you see, take the case of drying in India, most of the drying fish operations being done in a very unhygienic condition. Most of them, they do the beach drying, they do the drying in open spaces, and finally the product will be contaminated and of substandard quality. So we have designed dryers for this purpose. We have designed different designs for the dryers. We have essentially designed a lot of solar dryers also with backup systems, electrical dryers, electrical LPG dryers, you name it, we have it. And most of our dryers are multi-purpose dryers. Mind you, it is not used solely for fish. It is being used for other commodities also. Like our spices, it is being used. Vegetables, it is being used. And we supply, all over India, we are supplying this sort of dryers through our panel pumps also, which I will come later. Then solar fish dryers. So the products you see here is the entrepreneurs who have taken these dryers, and these are the products of these entrepreneurs, solar dry fish products, which are prepared by our entrepreneurs. Then these are, in a nutshell, I want to give you about this thing. Then one thing, I told you about the fish waste. That is, fish waste is a secondary raw material actually. But it is very important that we should utilize the secondary raw material. But there are a lot of challenges. One is to develop appropriate processing technologies, the reprocessing technologies that is one of the most important challenge. Our institute is working on that thing. Another one is the consumer awareness, because most of the people treat this waste just as a waste. If they treat it as secondary raw material which can be useful, and accordingly, if they keep it, then only we can utilize this particular product in a better way. So, as such, fish is a highly perishable commodity, and we have to utilize the fish. And whenever we process the fish, whenever we market the fish, there should be a cold chain for processing and marketing the fish. So, but for the secondary raw material also, the same care has to be taken, because if we want to process the secondary raw material, make useful product out of this, the secondary raw material also has to be treated in such a way that this can be converted to useful products. So these are some of the challenges while utilizing this secondary raw material. I'm not going into detail about the challenges and other things. This is option for the utilization of this our secondary raw material, because you can see at level 1 what we can do. and level 2, how it is converted, level 3, what are the high value products, you can see what are the products we get at level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1 is a seafood processor, level 3 is the product manufacturer, level 3 is the consumer end user. So end user, you can see how many products you're getting: edible fish protein powder, foliar spray, indoor plant growth kit for terrace farming, high protein feed, high calcium feed, customized aqua feed, chitin chitosan. Chitin chitosan is already a big industry. Essentially, chitin and chitosan is made from the shell, the shell of the prawn and other shellfish. So this is a big industry. Collagen hydrolysis. These are all many, very many options for utilizing the secondary raw material. So my point is that when you see the main product, there's an equally, if not better, option for the secondary raw material also to convert. So our purpose is to ensure 100% utilization of our resources. So this is in a nutshell what I want to tell you about the role of fish in nutrition. Some of the technologies, harvest and post-harvest technologies about our institute. What are the options for utilization of fishes? So now coming to our part of this program, the entrepreneurship development in fisheries sector through agri-business incubation. So actually this agri-business incubation program in our institute started to ICR. ICR is the apex body. And ICR has institutionalized the concept of techno-entrepreneurship through National Agriculture Innovation Fund schemes. And through various programs of this NAF scheme, the institutional mechanism was reinforced, protect the innovations, IPR generated, and was able to transform ABA centers into hub of technology transfer and techno-entrepreneurship. In ICR 2010, under one World Bank funded project, we started this commercialization business process development unit program. Earlier it was called BPD program, business process development and zonal technology management centers. Later, it was started in 2010. Later on in 2015, it was taken as a National Agricultural Innovation Fund scheme. And in 2015, ICR has started 27 agri-business incubator centers in all the institutes. In fisheries, ours was one of the first agri-business incubation centers to start. And in 2019, this number has been increased to 50. We have now in ICR 50 agri-business incubator centers in different institutes. And these cater to different domains in agriculture also. And ours is located in Cochin. In ICR, we have 8 fisheries institute. Out of that, 4 institute has agri-business incubator centers. And we are also the zonal technology management center for all these fisheries institutes also. So CFT Cochin is having an AD as well as a zonal technology management center for the fisheries technologies under ICR. So the 10 subject-specific zonal technology management centers are in place for ICR, in which ours is the Fisheries Zonal Technology Management Center. So the zonal centers are interested in the promotion of technologies available in various institutes from their respective zones. And we have a central IP and technology management mechanism, and we have 550 agri-business incubator centers. And also, apart from that, there are many technology business incubators sponsored by DST. We have in National Agriculture Research Management, National Academy of Agriculture Research Management in Hyderabad. Now, we have a technology business incubator, and also we have a TBA in NDRI Karnal, National Dairy Research Institute also. And institutional mechanism, we also have Institute Technology Management. So these are all the institutional setup we have for the promotion of entrepreneurship development in ICR system. So also ICR also has an Agri Innovate India Limited, a company registered, a for-profit company owned by Department of Agriculture and Research Education under the Ministry of Agriculture, for the effective interface between ICR, TMC and ABS centers on one side and the stakeholders of agriculture sector on the other. So AGIN facilitates the commercial transfer of technologies for the private entrepreneurs, especially AGIN Agri Innovate India help us in commercialization of technologies abroad. Suppose the query comes from abroad for the commercialization of ICR technology, it is being routed through Agri Innovate India Limited. So ours is the first fisheries business incubator center in ICRCAT, and we have transferred numerous technologies also, especially that, and also goes in tandem with the flagship program of Government of India schemes such as Atmanirbhar Bharat, Swachh Bharat, and National Mission for Green India. We are promoting a lot of green technology, solar dryer also. And we offer our services not only in Kochi. Of course, we are situated in the southernmost part of the country in India, Kochi. And we do have 3 centers. Of course, ICR CFT. We have a research center in Gujarat itself. We have a research center in Verawal, Gujarat. We have a research center in Vizag, in Andhra. And we have a center in Mumbai also. We have 3 research centers also. And also we have the agri-business incubation arm working in all these research centers also. And we are offering them direct incubation as well as virtual incubation also. So more than 200 small and medium-sized technology-enabled enterprises have helped to create, and we have created good number of jobs. So we have helped a lot of small and medium entrepreneurs also. So coming to the as such incubation program in ABI, so we can see the categories of entrepreneurs we incubate at the ABI center. We can see 27% of them are food manufacturers. Food manufacturer in the purpose means the general food manufacturers because they come from other domains also. For example, we have a capacity for retort pouch production of products. So a lot of people are coming now for other products also. They are not interested in fish products. They may come for other vegetable-based preparation, meat-based preparation. We also take them under our wings for the optimization of this retort pouch processing or vegetables, meat products also. So people come from other domains also in our center. So mostly we help the food manufacturers, we help to seafood process, commercial fishing unit manufacturers, fish farmers, of course, caters to small percentage because our domain is basically post-harvest technology. So culture operations are carried out by other institutes. Exporters also we help them, marketing firms and retailers. So the clientele of ABA Center include young startup firms and also the established business houses also. And we possess multi-tenant infrastructure facilities suitable to start a corporate level office for direct incubating within the premises of the institute. Under the Agri-Business Incubation Center, we have different facilities. We have an office space because if the incubator wanted to start an office in our premises, we are providing him a cubicle for starting an office space. We have other facilities. We have all state-of-the-art pilot scale production units for these fish products. And we give them all other support also. What support we give them, I'll come to that later. We do conduct business meetings, industry interface programs, and also other services also. We'll come to the services later. So what is the stage of business incubation? Normally, how we take a incubator to our fold. So people come from all sectors of the community. Some of them may be very thorough about the domain. Some of them may be established business units. Some of them may be who is doing a business in fisheries. Some of them may be having not at all an idea about this sector itself. So we get a lot of queries and we handle a lot of people. So those who come to our agri-business incubator center, first we do a sensitization program for them. We try to get an idea of what they actually desire, what they actually want. So what are the options for them? What is the market for them? What products they want to promote in the market? So what is the idea do they have? So some of them may want to take the technology of the institute, fine. We accept them. They can take by simple technology transfer because we have a lot of commercially viable technologies. An incubator who is desire of taking this technology, he can take this technology using the technology transfer mechanism in which we sign an MOU and we license this technology. It is a process of licensing the technology, and we have the ICR norms for that. We have the licensing fee and other aspects fixed to that. That will be taken care. But some of them come to develop an idea. Actually, they are the real entrepreneurs of startups who want to develop an idea. So if it is a viable idea, we talk with them, we register them as an incubator in our incubation center, and we assign a mentor for him. actually a scientist who is an expert in this field or an expert in that domain will be assigned as a mentor to him, or and he will be mentored by the scientist. And the scientist, along with the technical support from the institute, will try to develop his idea into a viable business proposition. That is what we are doing essentially. So for this thing, we will sign a agreement with him. It is for the collaboration program. There is a collaborative project agreement signing will be done with the prospective entrepreneur. And we don't charge him anything for developing his idea. We allow him to utilize our facilities and other things. And once the product is ready, it is passing to the POC stage. And once it is ready for commercialization, we will have a joint IP rights over the technology or the product. So that is how we help the incubators to mentor and the startups and incubators to nurture here, to develop the technology and to trial run the technology, and also to validate the technology and associate with that all the tests that is mandatory for the product or the technology that is being done from our part. So normally the incubation period is 1 year. So it is hoped that within 1 year, the incubator can successfully come out of this incubation process and start on its own. But it is also extended on a case-to-case cases based on the nature and progress of the company development. So whenever they are mature enough to operate the profitable services, the services shall be withdrawn. But however, the hand-holding and mentorship will continue. So we provide an array of services from ideation stage to the product launch. We assist in translating their idea into and further to a market-ready product for service. We can also select among the showcase technologies developed by the research labs to enter into a licensing deal. I also already mentioned that. And our technologies are classified based on the technology readiness level also. So you may be well aware of the TRL stages, TRL 1 to 7. So we also categorize our technologies into whether it is in TRL 4, 5, 6, 7. So accordingly, the entrepreneurs also can choose from whichever technologies what is suited for them. So we offer other services like patent portfolio management, fund mobilization, financial advisory, test marketing, prototype testing, feasibility analysis. That also will be provided by our center. And we have databases of software IP search, market data analytics, funding sources also are available in the Business Incubation Center. So this is in a nutshell what are the technologies, entrepreneur-ready technologies available, developed by CFT for the fisheries sector. Some of the technologies I already mentioned there. The different domains you can see: harvest, value addition, engineering, waste utilization, healthcare, quality assurance. So you can see the harvest, I already mentioned about the fuel efficient vessels, TED, device for juvenile fish excluding, fish aggregating devices, traps, fire mesh, cordant, all these type of things. Value addition, you can see many type, macro and capsule, sardine oil, seaweed nutrient drink. Now seaweed also requires a special mention because seaweed is a very important resource in our sea. Now the Honorable Prime Minister has a special program for the utilization of seaweed in Indian coast. We are a party to it, and we have developed so many products out of seaweed. And even the last week, we launched one of our entrepreneurs launched 3 seaweed-based products also. So we are working on seaweeds also. So it is not only the fish; we are associated with the whatever resources available in our waters. Ready-to-serve food products, fish curry, seaweed-based noodles, seaweed-based cookies, fish sausages, cured and dry fish products, smoked fish, fish wafers. So all type of value-added products cover under this domain. In engineering division, we have dryers, different types of dryers, then processing machines like fish descaling machine, tabletop fish descaling machine, hand-operated fish descaling machine, then designs for energy efficient effluent treatment plant, because fish processing units, they definitely need the ETPs. So we have designs for that thing. Then we have modern fish vending kiosks, because this is mainly targeted for the retail fish business. For the hygienic sale of fish, we propose this fish vending kiosk. It has been taken up a big way by different state governments. Even the state of Kerala, through the Department of Fisheries, has almost taken some around 50 this fish vending kiosks for their self-help groups. Then waste utilization, you can see a lot of products have developed. Healthcare, quality of care, squalene powder, oyster waste preparation, protein hydrolysate. Then you can see SIFT test kit for ammonia and formaldehyde. It is also, recently there was a big problem regarding the adulteration of fish, because all the fresh fish marketed in domestic, they use this ammonia and formalin for ensuring the freshness of the fish. So they mix ammonia and formalin along with ice so that the fish will look fresh. It is a very bad practice that it is significantly affect the health of the population. So we have developed field level test kit for the detection of ammonia and formaldehyde. Now this technology has been licensed to one firm called iMedia in Mumbai, and they are marketing this SIFT test kit, and it is being used by the regulatory agencies to detect the adulteration of fish in domestic market, especially during the transport of fish from different states. Say fish is coming from Andhra or it is coming from Kerala, other states. The regulatory authorities are using this sort of test kit for detecting the adulteration fish. So if you see the technology transfer program which we conducted out, this is a category we are giving. Technology transfer is maximum. Consultancy programs, collaborative research, which is mainly for the entrepreneurs and startups. Then sponsored contract researches, contract service. So we do technology transfer or professional service functions under these different categories. And these are all the activities which we carry out through our Institute Technology Management Units at the Agri-Business Incubation Center. So technology readiness level, I am not going into detail because from your background, I am sure that you know what is a TRL, concept evaluation. Also, we have also done an exercise to categorize our technologies in different TRLs, and we are providing that same thing to the entrepreneurs. So here the USP of our this thing is mainly the of our agri-business incubation program is mainly the de-risking of our technology for successful commercialization. So this is using, once an entrepreneur comes to our pilot scale facility, we are actually giving a chance of less risk for the entrepreneurs, because he can take up a commercial production using the large scale production facilities, including machineries in the pilot scale attached to the institute. And they don't have to invest a lot of money in this account, because by paying a fixed fee and a fixed fee for the operations, the investor or the prospective incubator can actually uh, mimic the commercial production of these products in our pilot scale facility. He can go for a trial marketing, and he can get a feedback from the trial marketing. He can again optimize the product, he can modify the product, and he can make the product commercially ready for marketing. Then only he needs to move out and start his own facility. So it's a case of de-risking. You don't have to invest a lot initially. Once he is sure that this technology is going to be a successful commercial venture, only he need to have the investment. So that is what is our USB for this our ABA program. And what are the major facilities for this thing we provide? We provide the technology and know-how, initial assessment, regulatory compliance and standard support, infrastructure and production unit, training and skill development, product development and testing, formulation and this thing, company policies, setting up new facilities and upscale. So technology backup is very important when you formulate a product, how the product is ready for the market, and what are the regulatory compliances for the product. For example, every product should have a proper labeling, should have a proper packaging, should have a proper labeling. It should have the nutritional facts labeled on it. It should have a shelf life on that thing. All the regulatory compliances can be met from the institute, because I mentioned that all our labs are NABL accredited, and we do give the certifications also. We can do the nutritional profiling for the entrepreneur's product. We can propose him the suitable packaging. So everything we can give it in as a one package. So some of the success stories we have it here. One is you know about the mussel. Mussel is a sort of is found in our waters. Mussel is a delicacy in this part of the country, and mussel is being marketed all over Kerala. and it is also released by non-resident Kerala population also. So one young guy has started, he has come to us and he wanted to have to prepare a ready-to-eat stuffed mussel product, because mussels is highly perishable item also. Even if you make a preparation of mussel, the shelf life will be maximum 48 hours, not more than that. So he wanted to have a ready-to-eat stuffed mussel product in retort pouches so that the shelf life can be significantly enhanced, and he can do a big, he can have a much big clientele for his product. So we helped him to optimize this particular technology using thermal processing, and we optimize the product for him. He's basically from Calicut. Now this particular product is available in almost all the supermarkets in Kerala, and he is planning also to export the same product to Gulf countries and the US, where a significant population of Keralites are there, which because they release this product also. So he's already his enterprise. This his company is called the Foo Foods also. So this is the guy who is having that stuffed mussel ready to eat products. Fawaz, his name is Fawaz. So what is the advantage of this product? It is having, it can be, because most of the fish products, they have to be kept under cold conditions. So ready to eat product has an advantage. It can be kept under room temperature without refrigeration. And normally the shelf life is for 1 year. So you do not have to bother about any special technique for preserving it. You do not have to have a refrigerator or a freezer. It can be put in your shelf. And once you open it, you have to consume it. So it has a shelf life of almost 1 year. So we developed that product for this particular entrepreneur. And this is called in Malayalam, it is called Kallimikkai Narachada. It's in the local name. And it is available in hypermarkets. And it's called 140 rupees, 140 per pack, the 125 grams pack. Then fortified fish soup powder. So fish soup powder, we have developed from earlier times also we had fish soup powder, but it doesn't have that acceptability of other soup formulations. We get a lot of soup formulations in the market also. We have some leading market segments like they produce a lot of food soup formulations. But fish soup has a basic problem because the flavor is not being liked by most of the people. Only the fish soup flavor is liked by those people who are consuming the fish eating population only will like the fish soup powder. So we have developed a formulation for fortifying this fish soup powder using calcium and iron enriched fish soup powder. And now we have a world fish because FAO funded project for introducing this particular formulation for the malnourished populations in the selected coastal districts in India. So this is an FAO-backed project, and now we are introducing this fish soup formulations in many of the backward districts in India, wherein there's a problem of anemia and malnutrition among children and women. So here we have found that this is an effective remedy for this malnutrition, this fish soup powder formulation. So we are introducing that through the FAO and Birdfish program. We have done a lot of pilot scale studies for this project. We have done in northeast states like Meghalaya, and also we are doing these studies in Orissa. We are also doing in some other states. So through this, we hope that we can establish the efficacy of this fish soup formulation, and most of the state governments are now willing to take this particular fish soup powder as a component in their midday meal program also. So that is a very important intervention. And herein comes the commercial importance of this formulation also. Once it is being adopted in large scale by the midday meal program and other things, there are a lot of options for setting up small scale business ventures for the production of this particular product. So it's a deterrent for malnutrition because it is iron calcium fortified soup powder. So here I want to end my presentation, but we'll have a discussion because this is in a nutshell what I want to tell you about how we run our business incubation program. So apart from that, there are some issues which I want to discuss with you. Let me stop my presentation now. then I'll start discussing. Then we can have a discussion at the end. Let me tell you some points regarding this one. I have stopped my presentation, but let
Okay,
me
sir.
let
Okay,
me
sir.
have let me also tell some few points in this regard. Then we can have a discussion. Okay.
Okay, sir. It's a very motivating, very lively presentations. We got numbers of things, how the organization is doing well for establishing the different type of the startup. You are highlighting the how you reduce the energy through the solar installations. You are utilizing the board from the coconut and the rubber, because maybe the Kerala is good.
Yeah.
And the congestion status, no doubt Kerala is the highest, maybe, and the per capita congestion fees. That may be the chances that there is ample opportunity for the startups. But sir, I got numbers of queries from the chat box and some of the queries also from my side.
I
Sir,
will have that queries
the thing is,
answer, no issue.
okay, sir.
But I will
My,
tell a few more points and then we can come to the discussion.
okay, sir. Okay,
Just
sir.
let me take another 5 minutes and we'll have a discussion, okay, including your
Sure,
query.
sir. Sure, sir.
So,
Sure, sir.
apart from this presentation, in the initial time, Dr. Pundev sir has told, for the benefit of the students and the community, what are the researchable issues in this context? Because as far as fisheries entrepreneurship is concerned, I will tell you one of the most important researchable issue is the consumption pattern of fish and fish products. That has to be taken up in a national scale. See, if you take the case of fish consumption, there's a general belief that people in only in coastal states will consume the fish. People in North India doesn't like fish. So these are all the some sort of misconception. If you take the actual stat, there are people who prefer fish, the people who prefer fish in some other forms. So we need to have a scientific study on the fish consumption pattern of this particular all over India. It should be taken up on a national level, because once you know the consumption pattern, the like of people, then we can propose the products accordingly. Because why I want to tell you, as a national institute in CIFT can very well collaborate in this aspect, but we do have our limitations to take up this sort of study. But if a viable proposal comes from your end, we can definitely associate with that to take up a study on a national level. Finally, the advantage is that when you know the consumption pattern, when you know the preference of the fish, we can introduce the products into the market, and this will definitely enhance this prospects of entrepreneurship in this sector. That is one most important point as far as your theme is concerned. That is what I want to tell you in this aspect.
Rightly, sir. Rightly said, sir. And in that context, in the congestion pattern of the fish, Naheb Cast is doing a research, and hopefully the report will come in the month of March. We are doing the congestion patterns of all the fish consumers throughout the Gujarat.
Okay.
And when the report will come, definitely I will connect it with you and for more further discussions.
Yeah.
Numbers of queries in the same lineup. When the thing will be the small scale industries, everything will be the okay. When it is going for the scaling up, then the numbers of queries will come. Just like the working capital management. We all know that the marine fisheries ban in the month of April to June in the eastern part and the June to August in the western part. If these are the conditions will continue, then how the working capital will got the ample working capital, just the fees, because we have very poor infrastructure in somehow, then how you added value for the consumers. Second, sir, as a consumer, because I am from Odisha, I know that there is no issue for the congestion in the Odisha and no issue in the Kerala. But in the line of thali economy, the costliest item is the fees. The fees cost or the price will be increased, then how you catch the consumers in the particular thing. Another is the capacity utilization of the different type of the technologies, because technology involves cost, and when the fees will compete with other vegetarian, non-vegetarian categories of product, just like the chicken, you can take the chicken 50 rupees, or you have 40, 30, 40 rupees, then you can consume the chicken, but not the fish. Sir, one of the numbers of presentations you have highlighted that value-added product is feasible, particularly in the marine fishes. Whatever I got from your presentation, whether it is will be ready in the inland fishes as well, and the marine fishes are somehow I know that there is a heterogeneity in fish, and means somehow you have numbers of fishes, and maybe chances there will not get sufficient raw materials for a particular product. In that context, your views, sir.
Yeah, I will tell you from your last query itself, because most of the products which I highlighted here, they are basically of marine fish product. But mind you, inland fish is as good as marine fish. And I have not made in my presentation, but I told you about the mince-based products. So in the marine fish, we make some mince out of the marine fish. That's good. But if you take inland fish, for example, very commonly we cultivate this pungaceous, that is that catfish. That's a very good source for the mince or tilapia. Only thing is that there is no organized sector to utilize the resources, but now the things are changing. What I'm telling, lot of processing centers are coming up in the inland area. For example, we are associated with so many state governments. Now in Himachal Pradesh, we have started 4 processing units. Himachal Pradesh is a landlocked country, it's a landlocked state, but they have huge reservoirs. Like they have the Bakranangal reservoir, and all the reservoirs, they have a very good reservoir fishery. And the state of Himachal Pradesh, Department of Himachal Pradesh, 2 years back, they have asked us to propose a business model for establishing 4 processing units in 4 different locations. And we have done it for them on a consultancy basis. And there, what they are doing, they're exclusively using reservoir fish for the production of all these products. Whatever I mentioned, like value-added products, like water products, everything, fish fillet, everything is being made from the. Now we have different quarries. We are working with Jharkhand. We are working with the state of Maharashtra. We are having query from Jammu and Kashmir. Everywhere they want to set up small-scale processing units. So it is only a matter of time when we utilize, because nowadays there is no point in advocating for the marine fisheries is a stagnant sector. Now, and more, and marine fisheries is an organized sector, and most of the prime caught marine fishes go for the export. So definitely the price is also very high. See, in Kerala, you're from Orissa, I'm from Kerala.
Yes.
We love fish. And in
Yes.
Kerala, no fish will cost you less than 150 rupees. Okay, any marine fish. We take the common sardine, which was available for less than 20 rupees some 5 years back. Now that itself will cost you 150 rupees. So utilizing this sort of fishes will not be a viable proposition. Whereas you use your carps, you have the Indian major carps, Katla, Rohu, Mrikal, you have the Pangasius. At the farm gate, you may get it for 40 or 50 rupees per kg. So even now the people are coming up, not the entrepreneurs are coming up, even the farmers groups are coming up to promote this sort, and we are getting a lot of queries to establish processing units. And what we do is that on a consultancy basis, we work out the entire package for them, which includes the DPR and other things. So it is not like that. It is now our emphasis only should be on inland fish, because marine fish has its own sector. Because as you know, it is fish is one of the most foreign exchange earning agricultural commodity. Last year it was 42,000 crores we earned from marine sector, just by exporting fish and shellfish.
Yes,
So we don't have an option to divert marine fish to the domestic sector through this operation, but we can very well utilize. But unfortunately, if you see, we are not even exporting 1% of our inland fish to the foreign countries. So our best option is to convert this inland fish to value-added products. But there is, I tell you, one more scope is there. If you take the case of Pangasius, that single species, we take the case of Vietnam. Vietnam, the maximum foreign exchange is a Pangasius fillet. They export Pangasius fillet even to US and Europe. But unfortunately for us, we are not able to export 1 kg of Pangasius fillet because of the quality problem. And that basically lies with our farm management practices. Because we are not able to produce a quality fish. If you are able to produce quality Pangasius, we don't like anything. But if we are able to produce quality Pangasius, that itself will cater to our export sector. But right now, we have a lot of scope for this. Then regarding the working capital, you are telling that I think that it is you are mentioning about the troll ban. The trawl ban, once you are having this sort of operation by utilizing your inland fish, that will not count your this thing, because you can have the operations, at least a viable operation for 300 days per year can be put up. The trawl ban, even now I will tell you, during trawl ban, most of the processing units in Kerala are working because of one species, that is a Vanami prawn. Vanami is a cultured prawn, and 40% of our export depends on that particular culture prawn, not on the marine prawn. So during this 2 months of trawl ban, also all the processing units in Kerala are working entirely based on this Vanami prawn.
Okay.
So that is not an issue. We have the resources. Only thing is that how we will utilize the resources, how we will source the resources from different sources.
Okay, sir. Sir, in your presentations, you have highlighted some of the market segmentation, just like the midday meal program,
Yeah,
the chips for the children, the
yeah.
fish chips. Whether these markets are coming in current days or in the future,
No, I
whether
will talk about your state only, Orissa. So right now we have a program in Orissa that is funded by World Fish, that is coming under FAO. That's a World Fish funded project, and in Orissa, that state government is going to take. We have one another product called the fish powder. It's a simple fish powder. It's not soup powder. It's fish powder. State government has agreed to introduce that fish powder in the this midday program for the school children, midday meal program. But their only concern is that who will supply this fish powder. So from Cochin we cannot supply it. There are but ideally it should be the units have to produce in Orissa itself. Now what we are doing, coupled with that, we are, with the help of World Fish, we have identified 10 locations in Orissa where we are going to start small units for the production of fish powder. So these 10 units will have the dryers also. We are supplying that, because we have the machinery. We will supply and we establish a unit, and they will be supplying this particular thing to the requirements of the Orissa state government. So that is what going to happen in Orissa.
right,
So
sir.
this way it can be introduced. See,
Right,
even
sir.
our machineries, I told you, we have dryers and other things, but we don't fabricate all these machineries. What we are doing, we have empanel firms. We have 12 firms, commercial firms. So with our design, our specification, and we have even fixed the cost for the dryer. Suppose we are having a 50 kg capacity solar dryer, we have fixed that amount should not be less more than 2 lakhs. So that firm will manufacture this particular dryer for the client. The client can approach the firm under our spec, because we cannot on our own. And right now we have already supplied some 50 dryers in different parts of the country through our empanel firms. So these things are going on.
Right, sir. Sir, during our data collection in Gujarat, just we have seen that where the fish market is completely in the remote areas, completely unhygienic. You may call it a fishy one.
Yeah.
And after the cutting of the fish, they just throw back the wastages just behind of their the market shop areas.
Yeah.
How these type of the wastages can be utilized?
Yeah. See, that is what in my this thing I mentioned. We are now having a pilot scale project going on under Swachhata Action Plan of the Honorable Prime Minister. So our program is basically concentrating on the primary processing centers and fish markets. As you are rightly told, these are the places where the maximum waste is generated. We take a fish market or a primary processing center. I have seen, because I worked in Gujarat also, I was in Baraval Center for 3 years. So I know the condition of the fish market and other places. So in Baraval, you can see whenever the fish is landed, there's a particular thing called kutta. It's called kutta. It is basically spoiled fish. What the fishermen will do, they will not leave it catch out at sea. They will bring along with the prime catch. At the entire place, you cannot go inside. That sort of foul smell will be there. Why they are bringing it? Because they are getting some money for that thing. They may get 5 rupees for this thing. So this sort of thing is happening everywhere. So what our project is that we are having a machinery. We are having a machinery which can be installed within the premise itself in a market. It can convert this sort of processing waste into feed. Like you can have aqua feed, you can have other feeds also, poultry feed and other things. So this process, this waste can be converted to feed, and the feed can be marketed by the agency themselves. So now all over India, we are planning to establish in the selected markets this sort of this machineries. So it can be run on a pilot scale and later it can be replicated. This is one of the options I'm telling. So another option is a high value products. What I'm telling, even the processing discards, if you are able to keep them in a better condition, because processing, once you process the discards, nobody is bothered because that will be just dumped like that. If you want to prepare high value products, the discards also have to be kept in a very hygienic condition. If you are able to sort out and keep in a very hygienic condition, you can prepare high value products. It is feed and other things are basically for the commercial purpose, but you have high value products like collagen peptide and other aspects, which are all high nutraceutical products. So there is an option for preparing that also. So there are many options. Only problem is the logistics and the organization setup. It is not like that we have technologies, but how to adopt in the field is the biggest challenge.
Right, sir. So what should be the cost of that machines? Maybe the
No, actually now we are working because we got a fund of some 30 lakhs under this such an action plan.
okay.
Now we are one firm is Coimbatore is manufacturing this on a pilot scale basis. So we already have ordered for 10 machineries to the tune of around 1.5 lakh. Okay. But hopefully it will come down also because it is going to come down under small. But this is only pilot scale. So based on our specification, they are fabricating it for us. But on a commercial scale, it is not yet available. This is once we do the study and once we finalize only, we will be able, like dryer I told you, it is now commercially available. And we have a fixed rate for that. If you are a 100 kg dryer, but for this machinery for converting waste into feed, we are still working on it for the final list. But anyhow,
Right.
it will be, say in 2021 itself, we'll be able to produce, we will be provide a commercial model for this sort of machine for converting the waste into feed.
Right, sir. Sir, you have highlighted the networking through the business incubations.
Yeah.
Somehow, sir, in the Gujarat, there is the largest waterways, means the seashore areas, and we are not consuming the fish, or the per capita consumption is very less. Similarly, in the Rajasthan and Rajasthan these areas, don't you think that, sir, there is always the mismatch between the demand and supply? Because
Definitely, that's a big problem. Unfortunately, I know because I have personal experience in Gujarat also. So but now we have started this initiatives because I told you we have a center in Barabar. Okay. Now a lot of entrepreneurs are coming up in the centers also because especially the women self-help groups, they have started preparing a lot of products out of fish. Of course, they may not find a market in Gujarat but they are sending it to outside the Gujarat also. Because right now we are associated with two programs. One is PMMSY program, which is introduced by Department of Fisheries. You know, Prime Minister's Matsya Sampada Yojana program, 20,000 crores is allotted. There are different schemes in that program. So we are also a party to that. Another one is that the Ministry of Food Processing Industry, they are got a PMFME program, similarly like PMMSY. They are giving common incubation facilities in all states. I think because I am, why I am telling I am in the committee also, we are finalizing the proposal for the all states. Because every state, different commodities, they have a program called One District, One Product program. So they have identified different districts in all over India. Gujarat also so many things. In Surat, they have identified for prawns. So each district, they are going to provide a common incubation center under this PMFME program. And yesterday, that meeting was there for getting proposal from your state, Orissa. They have proposed 5 incubation centers, and the meeting was chaired by Joint Secretary, Ministry of Fish Food Processing, and your Orissa government, the Principal Secretary, MSME, and one fisheries incubation center is going to come in College of Fisheries in Orissa. Along with that, they have 5 incubation centers for the other commodities. I was in a committee to finalize that because they have been sanctioned an amount of 2.67 crores to establish a common incubation. Now, all the states will be giving proposals. So I think even all these things I think we can find a like. Even you are telling is what you tell is right. In Gujarat or Rajasthan, we may not find a market for fish. But there are other people who are very desirous of having this product. So once this networking is done, we can definitely market their products out there. They say no issue, nothing like that. But it will come. It will come through these programs also. Why I am telling, as an institute, we are actively involved in both these programs, PMMSY as PMFME program.
Right. Sir, just one to two questions more.
Yeah.
Sir, you have highlighted that almost 76 to 76% of fish are consumed in the fresh form. And somewhere, in particular in the Odisha, I found that the live fish marketing.
Yeah.
Whether there is a scope in business incubations that the entrepreneurs
Live fish
will come in that
marketing.
area.
Yeah. Live fish marketing. The major problem is that live fish transportation in India. So we think that the live fish transport is just like filling the fish in a tank and putting some water and taking it to the market. It's not a live fish transportation. Live fish transporter systems have to be developed. In India, we don't have a cost-efficient live fish transportation system. Because we have the traditional methods. In Orissa, you must have seen people will keep the fish in tanks and in the live condition. That is not the live fish transportation technique. Actually, live fish transportation technique has to be developed in such a way that we should be able to export the live fish to the foreign markets. We have the live fish transporter systems abroad, but they're very costly. Now, as an institute, we are also working on cost-effective live fish transporter techniques so that within another decade, we will be able to provide cost-effective live fish transporter system. Because, mind you, live fish is one of the most important commercial variety because it is getting maximum unit price in the international market, live fish. If India is able to export, now our live fish export is very limited. Mainly it is for the ornamental fish. And also to a certain extent, we export lobsters and crab in live condition. But if you take some other countries like Singapore and other places, they export commercial varieties, food fishes in live condition. They fetch premium price, and the price is just like anything. So our aim is to develop a cost-effective live fish transported system, not only for the domestic market, and this has a very high export potential. But our right now we are only following the traditional system of live fish
Marketing.
transportation. That is not at all enough for value addition in this sector. We should have cost-effective transporter systems developed. So there, that input has to come. That technical input has to come. That is now lacking.
Very nicely discussed, sir. You have highlighted numbers of points, and we are also optimistic in that direction because last 2 years I found that the Andhra Pangasius varieties is marketed from Surat to Ahmedabad.
Yeah.
In daily basis, they transport the.
Yeah.
Here it is called the Surmai, but the
Yeah.
Pangasius one. But the market is growing in a regular fashion.
Yeah.
And if this will be continued, hopefully in coming days, we also found that the different type of the startup, particularly in the fisheries sector, and that should be need of the hour as well.
Yeah, we are also getting in Gujarat also, wherever also we are getting a lot of people are coming to take a small, because in fisheries sector, mind you, because we don't have big enterprises here. See, if
Right.
you take like IT or something, we don't have that big scale. See, a person, if you are having an investment of around 5 to 10 lakh, you can start a small unit.
True.
So you have to think in that way only, because it is not like that you have a huge machinery investment, nothing like that. Even if you have an investment of around 5 to 10 lakh, you can start a very nice small unit and you can make hygienic products also. That is what our experience as far as this dry fish products and other things are concerned.
Right, sir. Right, sir. In this PUAD, I welcome Dr. Y.A. Ladd, the Associate Professor and Core Co-PI of NAHEP CAST, to give the end note of this lecture. Over to Ladd. Hello. Hello, Dr. Y.A. Ladd.
Thank you, Shakti.
Please.
I think at the end, sir, I again thankful to the George Ninema sir, who has presented very nicely topic which you have given. I think, sir, this topic will be helpful for the students as well as some of the entrepreneurs who are going to be utilize this your talk on the different value-added product in the fish, which are going to be in the future. I think the fish is such a way commodity where you can utilize all the parts. You cannot limit it to the only the eating, but the all the parts with the bone and everything. So thank you very much for accepting our invitations in a very short notice. And I think you have deserved the. I think maybe this lecture will be used by the students at a very large. I think thank you so much, sir. I also thank the Shakti to choosing such a topic, which will be helpful for the students, entrepreneurs as well as PG students to do some more research work. I think in our Anand, we have a food processing college who is looking after some value addition, I think this will be helpful for their PG studies and some new product we may find from Gujarat itself. Thank you so much. I also thankful to Dr. R.S. Pundi to allow to such an event which will be helpful for the long run. And this will be useful for to the all. And at the end, I also want to thankful to all these participants who are attending these online guest lectures, we have started the series. I think this will be more fruitful to them. And we again meet you on the soon on the 12th. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Sakti. It is over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Dr. George,
Yeah.
sir,
Yeah.
maybe in the next month, we are planning one big training program in a series. Maybe we try to utilize your services, sir.